Hello, beautiful souls. Elena Fouché here. So, fear as a sign or a signal versus a destination. This is so important to me. Like, I feel like it's probably the biggest topic for humanity right now. And it's also a little bit hard for me to explain what I want to share with you. So, bear with me. I'm going to do my best. Here we go. First, what I see is that, at least in my lifetime, I see a lot of cycles happening. Like we're going in circles, cycle. And cycles are natural and normal. Winter and spring, cycles of life, blah, blah, blah. I mean, cycles are great. They're natural. And I feel like we're kind of rinsing and repeating too much this particular cycle. And this is a cycle of staying in fear, like over and over and over. We're staying in fear. So let me give you some examples of that. For instance, when I was a little kid, my grandparents' generation was in the world wars. Those were huge. I mean, they were a world, right? They weren't actually, whatever. They were big, really big wars. They rocked the world. It was a big deal. Then when I was a kid, we had the Cold War. This wasn't actually a war as in people got shot. There was just the ever-present threat that if either the US or Russia decided to hit the big red candy button, then we could blow the planet out of the sky. You know? And now there's like, oh God. I mean, there's so much war. And then there's things like slavery. We've been cycling through that. There's human trafficking, which is a kind of slavery. There's poverty. You know, I mean, we just keep doing this timeline of humanity, just keeps cycling through all this horrible stuff over and over and over. And we never seem to get out of it. And I feel like one of the issues is that we think this is the end, and my guess is we've thought this is the end like every time. Like probably people in the world wars were like, this is the end. Certainly in the Cold War, it could have been the end, and now we're like, global warming, this is the end. What, you know, I'm not making light of these things. It starts to be funny when it's just like, it's like Chicken Little. It's like over and over and over, and we do stuff to try and change. And we do change, we just haven't changed significantly enough to get out of this crazy cycling of fear. So that to me is the biggest problem, is that we're stuck in this cycle of fear. And what's the thing about fear being a sign versus a destination? Well, I feel like what fear is meant to do is it's meant to be a signal of, hey, something's not working. Hey, this is uncomfortable, we need to make a change. Hey, this isn't quite right, or this is really wrong. We need to do something. You know, it's a little bit like when you get to a roundabout, you need to like an intersection, right? You need to make some choices, right? So it's like a little roundabout. It's like, hey, something needs to happen, something needs to change. And so that's really useful. You know, I'm definitely not someone who's like, we need to get rid of fear, never feel it. No, fear is really useful. Kind of like the wind. Fear is really useful. It helps us know when something's wrong and needs to change. Great. It's not meant to be something we live in, though, and I feel like that's what we're doing. You know, we go into the roundabout and we just keep circling around. Like we never make a choice and get out of it, or we kind of make a choice and we try and get out of it, but it doesn't work. We're still back in. We're right back in it, over and over. It's almost like we've set up house here. We're in Fearville. And it's, you know, one of the things about fear is it's really destabilizing. It's even debilitating. If we stay in fear long enough, like a lot of stress is hard on the mind, it's hard on the body, it's hard on the emotions, it's hard on every aspect of ourselves. And as we stay in it, we're not able to make good decisions, we deteriorate. There's just nothing good about this. Like living in fear, setting up camp in it, not a great idea. Using it as a sign or a signal that we want to make some kind, big changes, in our case, some significant changes, I think that's helpful. And bottom line here is that if we're making changes and we're not getting out of fear, then we're not actually exiting fear. We're not leaving the roundabout. We haven't made a big enough change yet, right? So two things. One, in this much fear, if the changes that you're making are not helping you get out of fear, then keep making changes. You haven't gotten there yet. You haven't exited the roundabout yet. The second thing is, even while you're in fear, even while you're in the roundabout, there are things you can do to drop into yourself, drop into your own center. And I can guarantee you the very center of you is not scared. And you'll be able to make better decisions from there, even in the middle of fear, even in the middle of the roundabout. So that's about centering. I don't want to make this video super long, so maybe I'll make another video about centering. But basically the idea is that you come to the center of yourself, the deepest, most essential, clearest part of yourself. That's like underneath or behind or more central than your emotional self. This is not lack of emotion. It includes emotion. It's like the container that the emotion sits in, right? It's deeper than emotion. It's who you are underneath the emotion. So you still have emotions, you still have thoughts, you still have a body. We're not getting rid of any of that. We're just getting deeper than those. I call that centering. You might call it grounding. Whatever you call it. That's also really helpful. So, takeaways. If you're in a lot of fear about anything, and you're not getting out of it, keep making choices. Keep making choices. Number 2, you can, if you want, drop into yourself, even when you're in fear, and find the deepest parts of you that contain the fear and make decisions from there. That's a really good place to be making those choices and changes. I hope that helps. Take care. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.